Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Game Arena Black Ops 6 launch tournament. My name is the Map Man, alongside me, Mr. Shibby. Once again, it's Championship Sunday. We've got a long day ahead of us, and we got no time to waste. Shibby, how are we feeling today on this beautiful Sunday?
Feeling good early in the morning for me. I'm glad we could reclaim your title as the now you're the two-time champion, right? You got the belts ready to go.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to be part of the process.
Hey, you know, you always got to trust the process. And, you know, speaking of the cast off, we do got to go ahead. Let's shout out the other casters in this, man, because there were some absolute amazing casters. Well, from across the scene here, Red Rogue, Korn, me, Colorblind Connie, Narski, all coming from the Call of Duty side. And then, Shibby, I know some of your guys over there, of course, you know, Keg, Skiff, Lentini, Zobi, Koopa, all great casters coming from different esports. And, you know, I was talking with Guffey about it yesterday. Just kind of so cool to see kind of this combination of different esports.
Yeah, I mean, I love the event because, like you said, it brings up like a lot of different casters. I'm from the League scene. I know Zobi does Valorant. I know Keg does like a lot of different games. So it was really cool. I had like stiff competition, of course, but I'm glad we could make it out. I'm glad we could make it out on top. It definitely feels good to win, but it feels better when it's, you're competing with a lot of people that you know, and it's kind of like a friendly competition, right? It's like playing CoD against your friends.
Yeah, sometimes CoD can get all not too friendly, and I know on this Championship Sunday, we've got some of these teams raring to go. Our first marquee matchup on the day, though, it's going to be Thrive versus Rally Esports, and you take a look at it here in our winners bracket. These are the top 8 teams right now. Team Acrylic and Speedy White Men, of course, in that top side of the winners semifinal, and down here on our other side, Thrive versus Rally Esports is where we take our first look on the day. Should both of these teams kind of making their way through this winners bracket, have yet to drop a series, and now one of them will be punching their ticket to the winners finals.
Yeah, can you imagine if you're in the losers bracket right now having to face one of these guys? Like it's tough losers run. I mean, all 4 of those teams, right, deserve to be where they're at right now. And I know it's kind of scary once you get into the later part of the brackets and you get to like these top 8 teams and one of these big powerhouse teams drops to the lower bracket. So Thrive and Rally Esports trying to keep their momentum going here. Icons, Nate, Stu, and Dello. And we've got Click, Grizz, Freak, and Luge on Rally Esports. And I mean, from what you've told me and from what I've seen, at least offline and stuff like that, this is going to be a jam-packed match.
No, absolutely. I mean, both of these two teams have a lot of really good young talent, obviously very familiar with each other. You take a look at this map set, Vault, Red Card, Rewind, and then, of course, if we get there, a double Verkuda to end us off. Obviously, no control this weekend. Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, double Hardpoint, and Search and Destroy once again to end us out. Shib, you said something that you were really excited about yesterday, kind of coming from League to Call of Duty, was the switch up in pace, specifically from Hardpoint to S&D. And with no control in the series, that is exactly what we're going to get here today. I mean, kind of where are you thinking this series, at what point could it really turn on its head for either one of these two teams?
I mean, it was really exciting yesterday, right, when we ended up casting Luxury Esports and Big Backs, and it got to that double hardpoint where it was like back to back. I think that that 4th hard point, if it gets to that point, right, that 4th map, that's where the momentum can really start to shift there, and that's when I think that it really gets exciting, right? Because now you've got to go, okay, we played this hard point map, we know how they like to play, we know who's like kind of frying right now, who's not, so on and so forth. So going to back-to-back hard point, I think that's kind of like the big transition point for a lot of teams, right? That's where they're like, you'll sink or swim for most of these guys.
Yeah, and I think especially because that's not something that you're really used to in our normal standard of play, right? Normally having to go hardpoint control back to hardpoint, you at least get that break in between, if you could call it a break with control. But now with the double hardpoints, as you mentioned, it doesn't really allow for you to kind of slow down at all, really. You got to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Even if you're able to take that map 3, heading right into another hardpoint, just kind of gives the other team a chance to kind of bounce back, regain, hit that rally, if you will. Thrive and Rally Esports, again, competing for a chance at the winners finals. And we kind of looked at it. You talk about powerhouse teams. I mean, both of these two teams, yes, they have a great matchup here respectively, but awaiting the Chikes of Acrylic and the Speedy White Men in Kanwa and Alex team respectively. I mean, this is just a jam-packed winners bracket. And I mean, I just kind of have to reiterate what you said. I mean, I just do not want to be one of the teams that has to play these guys in the losers bracket.
Yeah, we could easily see like a rematch, right, between some of these teams eventually in that like grand finals potentially right here, or even the winners finals as we kind of move to that lower bracket, like you mentioned. Hollow, HQ, Cabal, I got to see yesterday, and then obviously Old Family Esports and Luxury Exotics Gaming. That's where that's the guys that we commentated. So it'll be really interesting to see because of how quick the script can turn, right, or flip in a lot of these cases. Specifically with CoD, I noticed our set yesterday, it was really, really close for the first 3 maps, and then Luxury Exotic kind of just turned the NOS on and absolutely dominated that 4th hardpoint map. Don't know if we'll see similar things here, but we are in, like you said, that top 8. So I personally expect a lot closer matches, right? Multiple 5-game series, potentially 3-1s. Like I'm hoping we don't see any 3-0s, depending on how close these teams are in skill.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I think that's what we've come to expect, especially on a championship Sunday. These are the top 8 teams out of a 48-team LAN. We have whittled out 40 teams so far heading into this championship Sunday. I mean, you take a look at it here just in this losers bracket itself. We had a whole Friday of pool play before we even got to this point. Now that we are here, talk to me a little bit about who you could potentially see as a dark horse heading in through this losers bracket. Because I think for me particularly, I'm looking at Luxury Exotic Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about dark horse, right, we have to look at the losers round. Maybe Cabal Gaming can sneak in through, right? I think there's a real world where these guys kind of turn on the jets and then just start tearing through losers. But again, they've got to go through some of these higher ranked teams, guys that we're commentating right now in this winner's side bracket. Maybe one of these teams they're gonna have to try to face into the loser semis or losers finals here as we get into Thrive versus Rally Esports on Hardpoint 1.
Map number 1 on Vault Hardpoint already. Luge getting active here early and often. 2-piece right off the bat. And we get Championship Sunday kicking off. Rally Esports already into this point, starting to garner time and starting to push Thrive deep back towards that P2 side, trying to flip out these spawns and trying to give themselves the good side of the map.
Yeah, really, kind of going through their namesake here as we see Thrive kind of getting some kills outside, but it just feels like Rally are just all over the map, right? They're watching all these corners here on this P1. It's really difficult to kind of break this defense as we've seen most of the maps in Black Ops 6. These P1, these hard points are so difficult to break.
Yeah, and normally a little bit mixed here. We talked about the fundamental aspect of this Call of Duty, making sure that you're rotating early, making sure that you're blocking for those spawns. Thrive trying to do that right now towards the P2 side as Nate's going to fly in and get a last kill on the old side for a few bits of scrap as the rest of his team starts to kind of collect the kills over towards New. So Dello and the rest of Thrive will work their way on over. But you got to watch out for Luge. Around through your backside, only good for 1 as Stu will get the trade.
Yeah, and I love how just sub-heavy some of these maps are, right? Really quick engages here. We do see an AR or 2 here and there, but I love it when these guys just kind of clash at the hard point with these subs. The kills come in so quickly, and you start seeing the kill feed rack up as Thrive starting to put their names on the board.
Yeah, a couple of kills already coming through for them, and a big piece there in the feed. 4-for-1 trade will go the way of the boys in blue, as well as the lead change. But now look at where Rally Esports is spawning. Right out back is going to cause a little bit of a headbutt here. A couple of kills go either which way. Trades going back and forth. Back and forth we go once again as Grizz into the hill, but he will be shut down. Big 1-for-1 for the rest of this hills. The rest of Rally Esports will spawn here, so they should be able to throw the reinforcements in, collect this scrap time, and push the rest of Thrive back as we rotate now to P3.
Yeah, I liked what Thrive did there. They kind of played their lives a little bit. Once 1 or 2 of their members went down, they kind of backed off the hard point. They're like, all right, Rally Esports, kind of funnel in here and we'll see what we can do. Right now, Rally kind of playing catch up as it's 41-39. Thrive got a really big hold on that P2.
And pushing them back here a little bit as well. Thrive wants to make sure that they can secure these spawns that they'd like. You see, Rally Esports, though, they're just willing to take the hill, and a little bit of split spawnage going out towards this other side here. So we're going to have a little bit of a headbutt here as the rest of these players from Thrive try to make their way on into this hill, but they will be cut down at every single turn. 3-for-1 trade, and Thrive will have to make their way back in.
Yeah, Click just holding this really nasty prone spot right now. Not an angle you typically expect to see. His position probably is called out, but his friends are already here. Rally Esports is coming back to the hard point, so there's more threats to determine as finally Thrive knock him out of the hard point here, and they kind of dominate the kill feed a little.
Yeah, Thrive just kind of showing up at the kill feed, like you say. A couple of trades going to go their way. Scrap time will be in the back pocket as well. Rally Esports will start to hit their rotations on over, but there's going to have to deal with number 3 here, who's playing a little bit of a crosser, and Stu will be able to take out 1, 2, 3. Lights up the kill feed as Icons cleans up the last on old, and Thrive will do exactly what they need to lock in this new hill. Lead change probably imminent right now for Thrive.
beautiful hold from Thrive there on that early rotation, right? They knew that Rally Esports probably had one way to go right now, and they're just kind of abusing like the limited amount of areas you can kind of get into on some of these hard points, right? It's a very closed map here. Rally Esports have to figure something out.
Yeah, it's just a big money hill towards this backside of the map, but Freaky and the rest of Rally Esports should be able to push into this bottom side. Icons a little bit left alone. The first one will be good for him as he slides down the stairs, looking for a little bit more here, but won't be able to find him as the rest of Rally Esports cleans up the kills necessary to get that 20 seconds of scrap. But still, a little bit of reinforcements here for Thrive. Maybe want to hit this one more time with just the seconds left ticking away, but it's going to be the kills for the orange team. Rally Esports will light it up one more time, and this has just been a back and forth affair, and it's kind of what you talked about, a little bit closer games here, and already Championship Sunday proving just that.
Yeah, those couple kills are going to seal the deal for Rally Esports here. Thrive already going to be making their way towards that point here. They've got control. Let's see how Rally Esports looks to break this right now, because we talked about how hard it was in the beginning of the game. Let's see how they approach it now.
Yeah, and you can kind of see all these arrows just working together, playing each other's trades and locking this P1 down. Thrive doing a good job and may be able to get the lead right back into their favor as the lead change now does come through. Grizz around the outside going to try to find a kill towards mid, but it's just not going to happen as the rest of Thrive, they're just going to back in, tuck down, and play their corners. That's exactly what they need to do here as this lead just continues to go in their favor. Dello Icon's going to pick up a couple kills there, and the rest of Rally Esports, they are just going to have to back off, rotate out, play for new. 19 seconds left. That's not enough scrap to really get you in this game.
Yeah, it's P1 super difficult to break, right? If all your teammates are in the right spots, there's very few angles, very few moments where you can kind of sneak in and get a couple kills here. Thrive doing a really good job playing off each other's contacts and playing off each other's info. It's Rally Esports. They've got to make their way to that second point right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're already here, locked in, ready to go, but they're going to have to get the kills here as the first initial kills do come through. Stu will be able to pick up the two-piece here, 14 and 10 on the 4 streak already, looking to potentially implement some of those in the later half. Luge now around for the back will get taken out by Icons, and now on the 5 spree, Icons is trying to implement streaks as well. Thrive all around, starting to become dangerous as this was the hill that Rally Esports needed, and they've just got absolutely bounced out.
Yeah, and if you recall, last round of these points here, Thrive also had complete control of P2, right? It was very, very difficult for Rally Esports to break. It kind of seems to be the name of the game here, at least on this map specifically. Once you're in, it's really hard to move some of these guys out.
Yeah, you got those back 2 money hills in the corners that are always hard to kind of deal with, and especially with Thrive kind of rather kind of chaining these 2 first hills together off the P1 to P2 rotation. You can see the lead that they have garnered off of it. Almost 2 perfect hills from them now in a row, and you can see those rotations now starting to be worked on through mid, and it will be Rally Esports that will be at this new hill first, but will they be able to hold?
Yeah, that's the big thing here. And for Thrive, they've got so much point lead to work with. They can just start picking up scrap here and there. And, you know, Rally, they've got to try to hold these hills for as long as possible right now. They're down about 70 points right now, but they've got pretty good control. Grizz watching every single angle. But if you look at the spawns, look at where Thrive is right now. 3 members coming in very, very strong.
And 3 members coming in through the mid side of the map, just trying to do a little bit of damage and try to work their way in through this hill. And it will be Icons and Stu that will combine for 2 there. So all of a sudden, Rally Esports has to hop off of this hill, wait for the reinforcements to come on through, but you just have players from Thrive just running all around your spawn right now, just being a nuisance, causing you to spawn all over the map right now. And you can see everyone working back towards that P3 again. We're talking about the corners of, or rather P4, you talk about the corners of the map, those big 2 hard points that could be absolute money hills for either of these 2 teams.
Yeah, I love how Thrive kind of just, you know, it was 45-25. They made the conscious decision to go, you know what, we don't need to take this point. Let's get the good rotation on the next one, and let's just hold that for as long as possible here. That's a really heads-up play from Thrive. And Rally Esports, they don't have too much time to give.
No, not at all. 185 and climbing right now for the side of Thrive. Grizz trying to make his way now around the back to try to break into this hill along with the rest of his squad. But Nate here for 1, not any more than that. Is going to be the 3-for-1 trade. Dello tries to get 1, but Rally Esports will hit the ground and now be into the hill. But for Thrive right now, you're kind of in this position where the game's a little bit close, right, Shib? You're giving up a lot of time here on this hill, and you're kind of allowing Rally Esports back into this game a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to start sweating bullets pretty soon here, right? They had a 70-point lead at one point. They purposely took that early rotation, and now it's not really paying off for them as Rally Esports is kind of routing them on these later points.
10 seconds of scrap left, though, for Thrive to go into the back pocket and up over the 200-point threshold. Almost a 60-point lead now heading into what would be our third set of rotations. Stu and Click, big kind of gunfights coming up here. Stu able to take out one, now rotating back up towards the mid side as Rally Esports will pick up a couple kills themselves. Click trying to look around these angles, trying to find anything that he can. 50 seconds left here still to work with as Rally Esports has now kind of nestled themselves here into this P1. And I mean, with a full 60 here shift, could see themselves even taking the lead.
Yeah, we talked about how difficult it is to kind of break the defense once a team has hold of P1 here. Thrive kind of trying to figure out what to do. They were in the opposite position in the last rotation of these points here, but they've managed to break Rally Esports' hold right now. They've just flooded into P1 right now.
Yeah, it's the playmaking and breaking ability from Thrive that has done them so well as Icons and will clean up 2 more kills. And this is a big 20 seconds to go Thrive's way. Puts them right at about that kind of 230, 235 mark. And you can see Thrive starting to make their way on over towards that P2, which has been a mainstay for them throughout this campaign, at least here on Vault. There will be Rally Esports that is making their way around the back with numbers here. Number 2 and Icons will have to deal with all of this pressure. Nate finds one, finds 2! Nate the Great lining up the kill feed. It's 3 big ones for Thrive. Now into the hill, and now potentially walking away with the win.
Oh man, Thrive have just done a very good job. The P1 to P2 rotations have been on point for them. Rally Esports, they consciously made a decision to go there super early and still got broken by Icons, man. What a play from Thrive.
Nate the Great making it happen, as well as Dello now working his way into the hill, but Rally Esports doing everything they can to stay here. But Thrive with these close spawns, they are just too close to this hill. They are everywhere that you don't want them to be. 248, 249, and you can hear them getting loud on a championship Sunday. Thrive takes map number 1.
Beautiful, beautiful play from Thrive there, right? Very smart heads-up decisions. And Matt, when you're helping me prep for this weekend, you were talking about some of these teams. As we get into the later stages, these guys are going to make those quick snap decisions. I feel like Thrive every single time pressed the right buttons, made the right decisions, right? Early rotation to some of these points, not selling their soul for some of these other ones, right? Picking up scrap time here and there, ultimately leading to their round 1 win here. It felt like they were just on point, right? They didn't really make mistakes when it came to decision making.
No, not at all. I mean, you talk about those split-second decisions every single time. Thrive making the right one, and especially in that last moment. I mean, Rally Esports sends 3 around the back for that P2 side, and Nate able to just sit every single one down. The rest of Thrive comes in along with those spawns, and they are able to just chain hill after hill after hill, 250 to 171, and puts us on a very interesting position now here on red card S&D. Rally Esports is going to need a big comeback here, or they're going to be down 2-0 very early on into the series.
Yeah, momentum super important in CoD here, and with a win like that, Thrive are definitely riding high. 250 to 171. Like, that's not a stomp necessarily, but it is like a pretty sizable chunk that you kind of got over Rally Esports here. It always felt like Rally were on the back foot. They couldn't really get their footing here. Obviously, Search and Destroy, much different kind of game mode, very different map here. Let's see if Rally Esports can, rally back here, for lack of a better word.
And I think we're going to need a rally counter to see how many times we make that joke on screen. I think that one's going to get worn out quick here. But Thrive, I mean, doing a good job, right, on that vault. You talked about it not really necessarily being a stomping, but in that map, it never really felt like Thrive was ever in trouble, right? Holding the lead for a majority of that, just really kind of handling them, right? Just beating the team how you're supposed to beat them, 250 to 171. It was flawless the way they were able to just kind of chain those last couple of hills together and really kind of walk away with that game in the end. But it's like you talk about the switch up now here coming into S&D and that slowdown of pace. Obviously with red card, this has been an interesting map, especially on the S&D side. One bomb site out towards that open side on the stage, a lot of angles and long-range engagements that you have to watch out for, and then obviously the B site being kind of tucked inside, right? So many little corners, so much angles that you need to check coming into that bomb site allows for a very, very interesting time if you're on the offensive side. Icons with that bomb will start to work their way up, and it looks like it might be having a head-on collision here towards the stadium side.
Yeah, yesterday we got to commentate the hardpoint side. Now the S&D, lot different game, very, very different kind of angles like you mentioned here. Was difficult to kind of get in, but now we're going to see some action here right now. Loge gets the first kill.
Ooh, Click follows up with a second as well for Rally Esports, and already 2 dead early on in the feed. Freaky finds 2. Lights it up. Rally Esports go flawless in round 1. 4 up, 4 down. And that is exactly what the doctor ordered after a tough map 1 loss.
And it was just a massive collision course of bodies, right? Nobody was sent to that outer point, that outside bomb that we talked about here. Everybody clashing on this first major bomb site, especially with all the windows, the doors, like you mentioned. It can get really tough. You can start losing track of where everybody is, what guns are you coming in and stuff. So I think it's very, very difficult on this map specifically for this first bomb site, right? It's super, super annoying because once you get that first blood, it can be kind of tough to kind of keep track of everything.
Stu already early shots over the top, and he is going to be sent running for his life. Rally Esports putting early shots down through the mid area and working their way over towards that outer stage side. Grizz peeking around. Not really going to see anything so far. A little bit of a slowdown from the first initial gunfights as Thrive just holds on to their positioning and now tries to make a little bit of a move for potential map control.
Yeah, complete 180 from round 1 here. A lot of these guys slowing down. No kills have come out just yet. We might see a big collision course at this bomb site here right now. All members just kind of sneaking and procking and prodding right now as we see some shots getting fired.
Dello, topside heady. Can be so difficult, so annoying to deal with, and the trigger discipline is beautiful from him as well. I mean, he's just making these comms to his teammates. Now the shots start to come through. Nades out, guns out, and the little shots from Nate will be good too. But look at your time up there. 26 seconds left, just ticking away right now. And Thrive, they are just willing to just sit back, play the gunny shots, and just force Rally Esports to come to them. The kills start to come through. The time just dwindling away, and Freaky now all on his lonesome, trapped under the stage. And Thrive will bounce back in emphatic fashion and knot us up at 1-1 apiece.
And that was just a nice, kind of waiting game coming out from Thrive there. They eventually end up pinching Rally Esports because they took so long to kind of find what bomb site they want to go to, and they couldn't really find any of those kills here. Really well played from Thrive. Just kind of wait it out, not take these kinds of ego peaks or ego engages, and tie it up 1-1 apiece.
Yeah, and I mean, especially when you're on the offensive side, I mean, going out to that outer bomb site, right? I mean, it can be so hard if you don't win those initial AR fights towards those mid headies. You really get stuck back in your spawn. You talk about not being really quick and decisive about where you want to go. It's exactly what happens to them. And now, as we flip sides once again, Rally Esports, 2 players tucked over towards that inside bomb site, 2 players towards that outside stage. Already, first blood, though, going to come through for Grizz here early, and that'll be the man advantage here in the round for Rally Esports.
Yeah, let's see if Thrive can kind of put some of their members here, overload one of these bomb sites right now. It's impossible, though. Luge picks up another. Now it's a 2v4 for Thrive, and they've got to play some hero ball.
Nate, shots early, going to have to back on out here. 50 seconds left. Teammate's probably going to go down, but it's a little windy out here. Okay, we get it done, but it was a little mixier than we would have liked there. A couple of shots going a little wild on him, but in the end, it still leaves Nate and Icon here. 2v3, you've evened things up a little bit, but for the moment, still that timer is going to become a big factor.
Kill's a kill. Doesn't matter how you get it done here. Now, look at this. Just an absolute insane vantage point from Click. That spot feels impossible to go through as Rally Esports pick up that final kill here. Thrive, unfortunately, will go down 2-1. And yeah, that top head spot with that AR, I don't know how you break that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so tough, that top window heady. And I mean, that's why I talk about the offensive struggles that can provide themselves on this map. I mean, you get stuck back in your spawn, you don't win that first initial fight quickly, especially if the defense is not over-challing. It can be so difficult to really make your way up this map. And for the moment, back and forth we have gone. But Rally Esports, I will say, Shib, does feel like they have a little bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, for sure, as they did, kind of have momentum on their side. I dare say this map might be defensive-sided, at least from what we've seen so far, but it's a very small sample size as these teams starting to fire on each other early.
Shots going down all around the map. No one quite meeting their demise just yet, but as I say that, Freaky finds the first blood there onto Icon, so Rally Esports will take a man advantage. And Dello,
what is the spot?
Absolutely nasty spot, but they will be able to just sniff that right out. Freaky, 2 kills in the round for him, but they haven't spotted out Icons on this bomb site. 1-for-1 trade, though, goes the way of Rally Esports and now leaves Dello all alone in a 1v3.
Yeah, I thought that spot definitely was going to garner them a kill, but Rally Esports, they know better. They checked all their angles here, and they're going to pick up that final kill. Thrive gets eliminated, down 3-1 right now. Rally Esports, it just feels like they have a better handle of the map right now. They're not necessarily going too crazy in terms of the challenges, right? They're winning their ones, but the fact that he checked that top side of that door, that's not a spot you normally check.
No, I mean, hey, look, we've got some grinders out here playing BO6, right? Already, only a couple of weeks into the game, we're already finding pixel spots and interesting routes to take. Rally Esports for the moment, it's like I talked about, just that little bit of an advantage. It just seems like they're handling the pace switch a little bit better than Thrive. Thrive kind of still playing a little bit like Hardpoint, hitting it all together, just trying to bully out these spots. But especially on a map like Red Card, and especially on the offensive side, that's not necessarily what's going to work for you every single time. But for the moment, they will back Grizz right out of that A site and click from this top window. Rendered useless for the nade with a minute, but still here dangerous.
Yeah, just one of these spots. It's super hard to move him out right now. Spears picks up the kill onto Stu. Trade, though. Really, really well played from both of these guys right now. It's 3 versus 3. Let's see what Thrive can do right now, because they got to get some rounds back.
Ooh, awkward gunfight. Will leave it to Luge here now on the 5 spree, and he'll just lay down and play his life, wait on the reinforcements to come through. Icon's forced to back out, and now kind of stuck between a rock and a gun. Gotta make your way out of here, gotta make your way through, trying to peek through the angles, but his teammates starting to fall all around him. Now stuck, though, 1v2. Rally Esports now trying to go on the hunt.
He definitely gets spotted out here. That's a tough spot to be in. I mean, he was just kind of stuck in the carnival game there, and yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
Hey, all those games are rigged,
for
man.
Thrive.
All those games are rigged. He never had a chance.
100%. Yeah, I mean, you can't. The soccer ball's not going to go through any of those holes. That's how we know. That's what we know right now. Unfortunately, those bullets go into Thrive Esports, though, or Thrive here, and Rally Esports are able to potentially, get a 6-1 here, as they've just been kind of rolling through.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great start for Thrive, getting that first round on the board, or rather, Rally Esports getting that first round on the board, and Thrive being able to bounce back to knot things up. But, I mean, ever since that point, I mean, Rally Esports has just clicked it on here in the S&D, and, I mean, handling the pace switch up very, very well, but heading to a back-to-back hard point, it does make me wonder a little bit if Thrive is going to be able to find their stride a little bit.
You see some action early on to this bomb site right now. Thrive and Rally trading 1-for-1. Let's see what can happen here as a 3v3 on the board.
Early shots coming in. Dello. Ooh, a little bit of a jump, a hop, and a skip, but it will lead to his demise as Bluge. The Tiny Terror himself picking up a 2-piece, but now into the 2v1 with his team. Now just having to hunt this bomb. Thrive trying to make its way around here. But they are just stuck right now. Stu all on his lonesome, making his way through the stadium side. 42 seconds left, and both these Rally Esports players just kind of cuddled up around each other, getting the bomb planted, and now that extra player being the defuse right now leaves Stu in a very tough position, not going to be able to do it, and Rally Esports, they're going to take 4 straight rounds in a row here, Shib, and now find themselves 1 round away from knotting this series up at 1-1 apiece.
Yeah, and we talked about momentum shift. If you're a hardpoint team, if you're an S&D team, you got to be both to some extent if you want to win lands like these right now. But Rally Esports coming back with a vengeance after that hardpoint map. 5-1 here. And like I said, I feel like map knowledge has been the big thing for Rally Esports. Understanding where they can go, what lanes they can go through. Also having, the ability to check some of these really janky spots here. Thrive Esports, they just got to kind of beat them on the 1v1s.
Early on, Rally Esports dominating in map number 2. Thrive looked good in the hard point, so it's going to be interesting to see once we head back. Couple of trades, though. Open this up. Will be Thrive, though, that will come out on top of the engagements, but a dive there will lead to his demise. Click now, trying to brailing around the Rosie, not going to work for him. And now leaves Grizz all on his lonesome 1v2 scenario. In a very interesting round. It happened quick, but now the slowdown here, Ship.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Gray's going to have to kind of get in a kill as he sees one right now, and unfortunately not able to get that for themselves. So Thrive put themselves around here, around there. Nothing too crazy, but 2 to 5, that delays their demise for a little bit here. As some of these early engagements, man, they're very quick to happen. You pop open a door, and it's one guy down, one guy up. It's really, really tough here for Rally and Thrive here. They've got to be on point, looking at some of these angles. Some of these guys going prone, you're not typically looking at the ground.
You know, I mean, with the drop shots and everything, you got to be looking for those sneaky crawlers on the ground every now and then. But I mean, I think this map, you know, it's very open, especially over towards this kind of open more side with the stadium. It just allows for such quick engagements, but at the same time, if the defense is playing slow, it can also allow for them to kind of just sit back and wait on you. But a little bit of over-aggression there from Icons will get him cut down early. That'll give the man advantage to the side of Rally Esports. But you see what I'm talking about here, Shiv. I mean, everyone for the side of Rally still kind of stuck back in their own spawn corner right now.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. Even with that man advantage, like you said, attacking this outer bomb site just feels impossible. Too many angles to hit. You've got that one overhead spot that we talked about where someone's holding with the AR. It's just hard to move somebody out of this area, and smartly so. They're going to start transitioning over to that inner bomb site, I suspect.
It's like Dello might be able to try to hit the wrap here, but you are correct in that Icons is just going to be here by himself, and he's going to have to deal with the full force right now of Rally Esports pushing through the door. First one up, but Dello, rather Icons, able to find 2 big kills there, now on the 3 streak himself, and he's now turned this round on its head. All of a sudden, Grizz now, last one alive, 1v2 scenario, has to deal with both of these players. There's only 15 seconds left as well. There's just not going to be enough time for him. Stuns out, guns out here. He's going to have to find both chows. Grizz finds the first, but not going to find the second. Thrive finds their second round now here in a row, and now gets this thing ever so slightly closer, 3-5. But there's still a tall, tall mountain to climb.
Yeah, really good trade coming out from Icons here. Even though his man went down, he's able to take it and put that round on the board here. Some pretty interesting play from Thrive here, kind of, you know, coming back, rallying back in some of these later rounds here. Rally Esports just need one, and it always feels like that last round is the hardest to secure for whatever reason. You could go 5-0, 5-1, and then that last 6th round for Rally Esports is the damning one.
Well, they still got 3 chances to do it. It looks like Freaky going to be doing a little bit of this Rocket League impression right here with the RCXD. Going on the hunt right now, and it looks like, oh, he's going to do this sneaky play. He's just going to leave it on the bomb. Oh, I love this. I love this, that a sneaky Thrive is none the wiser. They're going to run right into this RCXD. You can just see it, as well as he's getting the information onto these players almost like a cam right now. There's RCXDs going all around the map, man. It looks like we're playing Rocket League.
Oh, man. Freaky getting freaky with the RCXD right now, like you mentioned, and kind of just leaving them in random corners. No.
Did he not destroy his RCXD? What is happening? RCXD's driving all around the map right now. Rally Esports has still not been able to find a kill yet, as well as Thrive. All 4 players still alive. There's 30 seconds left in the round. You have got to go now. No one wanting to make that first mistake. No one wanting to be the first player to drop right now. Dello waiting for a chow, waiting for something to happen, but the time just ever ticking away. Finally, though, the bomb gets planted. So now for Thrive, things slow down, but now there's where the gun chows should come through.
Yeah, Rally Esports going to try to make their way in here. Like you said, nobody has gone down yet. We're 30 seconds till the round end here. These guys are just going to flood in.
Here we go. Icons and Click. First trades, though, going to come up. 24 seconds left now left on the clock. Rally Esports finds a couple of kills on through. Now into the 2v3. They have the man advantage, but how do they play off of this? Is Stu tries to make his way into the bomb site. Shots in on the first, but he's not going to be able to find anything. Now only 13 seconds remaining. 1-for-1 trade happens. You find the kills necessary. Do you find the defuse? Hops on the bomb, and that'll be just in time. Rally Esports finds that last round that eluded them for just a second. 6-3 win here in map number 2, and will knot this series up at 1-1 apiece.
That was getting dicey for a little bit for Rally Esports there. Thrive was getting some rounds here and there, and that last round kind of emblematic of what we were expecting out of this map here. A lot of fast-paced engages, and then once the map slowed down, once both teams kind of grinded the pace to a halt, it all kind of exploded in the last 20 or so seconds there. I think those RCXDs definitely zoned them out just a little bit, right? It was kind of like, all right, there's something on the map. There's something weird, something that can like really take our lives out very, very quickly here. Those RCXDs always a treat to watch to see how some of these teams kind of use them. very, very interesting shot from them to kind of put it behind the bomb site and just leave it there.
Well, dude, and you not only kind of get that extra protection of the bomb site, you're able to do damage, but you're able to use it almost like a camera in Valorant, right? I mean, you can kind of see everything. You're getting the information off of that. You're being able to know where those players are. And I mean, it was just so funny how both teams elect to use their RCXDs at the same time. They end up both parking them right on the bomb. And I mean, it's just going to be an interesting thing. I assume that those maybe will get GA'd throughout the year, but I mean, it's Call of Duty. Anything can happen, and already some action between both of these teams. Two kind of close maps, but both teams kind of handling their business in respective game modes, and it kind of leaves us on this interesting point here. Rewind hardpoint between Thrive and Rally Esports, a big swing map for both of these teams, especially with the moment that you kind of talked about and really the momentum shifter of what these series will be throughout today. These double hardpoints back-to-back with map 3 and map 4 of utmost importance.
Yeah, and if you're one of those teams that's better at hardpoint for whatever reason over search and destroy, this map pool, this format kind of favors you a little bit because you can pick up 2 back-to-back wins here. And like we said, will be interesting to see if Thrive can kind of keep that momentum from their hardpoint or if Rally Esports can kind of take their win from search and destroy, change the pace, and kind of be like, all right, guys, we gotta go back to like really quick pace engage. We gotta make sure we're rotating early, that kind of stuff. The skill set needed for both of these kind of game modes very, very different here. Felt like on search and destroy, Rally Esports kind of just were really, really tight knit. They were close together. They understood how to play off each other's contact. Well, on hardpoint, at least in map 1, they're kind of scrambling all over the place.
Yeah, and you know, from map to map could change, especially with these all teams kind of only having really 2 weeks to prepare for this game. I mean, you're still figuring out your map pool. You're still figuring out what maps you like to play, what maps you don't like to play, and especially throughout, you know, kind of this series and rather this LAN, your map pool kind of gets dwindled down to a couple of maps. You might have maps that you really don't like, maps that you're like, hey, we really dominate on this. And especially right now, I think for Thrive, heading back into the Respawn game mode, a big moment for them to kind of take the series and the momentum back into their favor. But Rally Esports as well. I mean, that was a dominant showing on red card. Obviously, a couple of rounds don't go their way towards the end of that. But I mean, they were up 5-1 at the start. So looking to now to kind of take the series back into their favor a little bit. And as well, we do have an update for you. You know, Shib, I'm kind of scouring around the other Twitters to figure out what the other games. The Speedy White Men and Acrylic right now tied up 1-1 heading into map 3. So both of our series here in the winner's bracket already looking to be barn burners.
Yeah, back and forth here. And this map specifically, again, a lot of tight corners, a lot of weird kind of angles of engagements here as we get into what I'm going to say is like the movie store or something like the DVD rentals, is what I'm going to say. Yeah, the old blockbuster Hollywood video as we see Rally Esports already pick up some quick kills.
Couple of quick kills for Rally Esports to start this hard point outright. Nate's going to try to make his way in along with a couple of reinforcements that are just going to get cut down at the seams. Finally, Icon's in for one, but he's the last one alive for his team and will be sent to his demise. Rally Esports, 4 up, 4 down. You clean house there and you continue to just soak up all of this P1 time. You know that you're going to have to get those rotations as well for P2. And right now, Rally Esports, perfect start to this map number 3.
And look at this map loses in again, just kind of proning out, being a nuisance on this submachine. And the moment you try to contest the point, he's going to pop up and at least get 1 or 2 heads here. Is 4 seconds left on this hard point. They're going to start moving out. Like you said, the early rotations coming in. And 42 big points for Rally Esports to start strong here. 0 on the side of Thrive.
I mean, they had the good side spawns as well for this next hill, so you know you got to watch out for your flank, got to make sure you clear these players out, but I mean, they are doing a great job at that. Only one more player back here in Dello. You deal with him, you send him to the grave, and you just continue to garner this time. You continue to push this lead up 50-0 right now, as it seemingly Thrive can do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's tough here because Rally Esports got a really good rotation from that P1, and now Thrive finally trying to break some of this hold from Rally Esports. So they're going to pick up potentially 20 points here. Rally Esports definitely have a lot of time to work with. Let's see if they try to break this. They've got a couple seconds here.
Nade over the top onto Freaky will do a little bit of damage there as his teammates try to pick up the kills, but it's just trades back and forth right now as Thrive won't be able to really solidify themselves for anything but 17 seconds there here on P2. They have the rotation, though, over towards P3, but for the moment, Rally Esports, this has just been the exact start that you wanted to see out of them, especially how the first map went.
And Thrive getting early onto that P3 right now as the spawns come in for Rally Esports. A lot of scattered individuals from Thrive, though. They're looking towards the back when they're not really understanding that majority of Rally Esports is coming from the front here.
3 big kills from the side here of Thrive. Luge trying to play that top heady, but will be dealt with. And for the moment, there is still a lot of time left to garner here off this P3. Thrive could easily take the lead back in their favor if they can hold. But Rally Esports, good shots from the AR is going to fly over towards the mid area. You only got 2 people left alive on this hill. Stu trying to lay in wait, trying to lay for some of these players. His teammates will try to play the overkills and the overcross, but no, for the moment, Thrive still working for it and still finding the kills that they need. But Click and Luge fly right on into the hill, though. Delo with the pistol will be able to fly back, and a little bit of a mixier hill here towards P3 in this open dumpster side. Thrive won't be able to quite get the lead back in their favor, but they will make a big dent and Rally Esports start.
Yeah, considering how it was, that's for the first 2 points here. This is a really, really big point for Thrive right now, as Rally is going to make their way towards that P4 right now. And they're all in position. Let's see if Thrive can kind of break this hold.
Ooh, shots from Delo. Crispy on a Sunday as the rest of Thrive starts to find a couple of kills towards this new side. Grizz shots in, not going to be able to find anything. And Thrive just lights up the kill feed. Blue into this hill. And it's just like we kind of saw in the last hardpoint. When Thrive turns it up a notch, they are an absolute menace to deal with.
Yeah, now stringing a couple key points together here, and Rally Esports struggling right now after those first 2 points. Thrive just kind of breaking hold and holding some of these points very, very well right now. Pistol usage as well. These guys just don't care. It doesn't matter. Oh my God, Stu!
I mean, that is disgusting. The pistol shots, clean as you like. Thrive for the moment has taken the lead back and has taken a good chunk of the momentum as well. Nate has hit this rotation on over to New, just can't deal with all of the pressure towards it. Rally Esports will be here, ready to kick, ready to fight, but can they deal with the incoming pressure from the side of Thrive?
Yeah, we'll see here as these teams not really completely on this hard point right now. They're kind of duking it out on the outskirts, but Thrive winning these engagements. You see the kill feed. It's just lighting up blue right now.
44 seconds still to work with on this hill. Rally Esports tries to make their way in. Click from the backside, able to find one. No more than that, though, as the AR from Stu will back him off for now, and Thrive will continue to garner time. Not going to be able to find that one from Stu, and it's a couple kills that go the way of Rally Esports as now they make their way into this mixy hill on this side. Now contested, now Click on the way out, but Delo taking him down to the grave, but watch out for Freaky from around the back, and they do check their flank. So for the moment, Thrive starting to chain hills together, and that's the name of the game for the boys in blue.
Yeah, really, really well played from Thrive here. These last couple points have just been very well held together right now, right? It feels like Rally Esports has to work 2 times as hard to break some of these defensive holds. Well, we see Thrive, they're just able to flood in. They're able to take these engagements. Like I said, playing better as a team on these hard points. And like we said, if you're a hard point favored team, if you're better at these kind of maps, this format is for you right now as we get back into the blockbuster.
I mean, think about it right now. Almost 50 seconds, 40 seconds of Rally Esports 82 coming off this P1, trying to make it a good mainstay for them, but Thrive has just rotated and now is chaining hills once again. Luge, though, on the way in, able to find that first kill. No more than that. He has to lay down, wait for the reinforcements to come through. Stu, though, trying to play the overcross right now onto him, and it's going to be 3-for-1 trade, though. Rally Esports showing up big. Click finds the last, and now Rally Esports can finally garner some time.
Yeah, they're gonna get these, try to get these final 20 seconds here, but Rally Esports last time were able to chain that P1, P2 like you mentioned. Let's see if they can do it again here. They really need the points as they kind of lost those last 3 here, but Thrive making them sweat for it, making them work for it right now as Delo just kind of being a nuisance at Blockbuster right now.
Working and selling the DVDs like it's 2008 right now. 150 to 103. Rally Esports trying to hit the rally necessary to get themselves back into this one. Thrive lurking all around this hill as well as you have pressure over towards the backside, though. You deal with that. That's going to at least allow them to find the first 2 opening kills that they need. They push Thrive all the way back, and now we'll have to play the respawn game. Rally Esports doing good to hold this hill through 20.
Yeah. Chained it together last time here as Delo is going to pick up a kill, but there's too many doors, so many angles you have to look from on the side of Rally Esports. Thrive is just flooding into this P2.
2-for-1 trade. Freaky able to find that, but he immediately gets traded himself, and Thrive finds their way into this hill only for the moment, though, as the congestion comes through. You will have to deal with a couple of more players, though, if you are Thrive, but you have these reinforcements and you have these close respawns, so it shouldn't be a problem. 14 seconds left of scrap. Now on to the dumpster, and now for Click. Trying to work his way over the top side, trying to see if he can't find a couple of kills. Thrive for the moment. You look at this lead that they've built, but Shib, it always seems like Rally Esports is just hanging around, is just making it ever so closely to where they can make the comeback.
Yeah, it's that third wheel, right? You don't really want him to be there. You're trying to take your girl to the movies, but her friend comes along right now as Rally Esports trying to get rid of the nuisance right now that is Thrive.
4 kills in the feed. They open things up here. Now starting to garner time. A lot of time left to garner as well here for Rally Esports. Thrive making the slow play here, making the long push in. A couple of kills, though, not going to go in their favor. 2-for-2 trade, though, as Nate tries to hit his way on in. Contest the hill for now. A ring around the Rosie, around the dumpster, but it won't go his way as Luge will pop the 2. And Freaky now will go down, but the damage has been done from Luge, and now it will be the time still for Rally Esports.
Yeah, 15 seconds here, like you mentioned. Thrive probably going to get trash time near the garbage. As we say that, though, Rally, they don't want to give up any points here. They're going to completely park themselves onto this point, and they're going to rotate together as a team right now. Thrive right now, they're kind of split apart. Let's see if they can pick up some kills. They were dominating early, but Rally have seemed to come back towards this mid-game.
Rally have made a very big comeback here towards the side of the mid-game, but can they make the ultimate comeback here? Still a lot of work to do, but doing the work in tow. Kills coming through for the boys in orange, and now the hill as well. 43 seconds left to work, and they are clocked in and ready for it. Gunshots coming through for Click. Pistols, ARs, everything being thrown out. Even the kitchen sink. The side chows come through, but the pistol is good, but Thrive is on the hill.
Yeah, and they finally have been able to get their foothold here. But let's see for how long, as Rally Esports are just flooding into the site. Grizz absolutely dominating that kill feed, and now Luge and Rally Esports back onto the site in a similar spot here. Stuns himself, though.
For the first time since about 100, Rally Esports has the lead back in their favor, and just as I say it, Thrive will take the little bit of scrap time necessary to get the lead right back in theirs. Now the race on for New. Thrive a little bit late to the party, but the reinforcements coming through quickly. Grizz, first shot up, first one down, and will be Rally Esports that are kicking and screaming and ready here for this chow. Players all around from Thrive coming down this open street side, trying to find a way into this hard point as Rally Esports just continues to soak up this time. Icons now tries to find his way in, immediately traded back out. Contested hill for now. Grizz shots in with his teammate, will be able to find the trade necessary. One now on, but Grizz gets taken off, and it's just trade after trade after trade as both of these teams just throwing their bodies into the hill.
I mean, back and forth, like you said, but Thrive seem to have finally got a foothold here. Let's see if Rally Esports can come in. A lot of util usage onto this point here. It's super enclosed, super dicey, super mixy, as you would say, Matt, as right now, both of these teams back and forth, kill feeds a galore, but it looks like Thrive is finally looking to dominate it.
Thrive, 221 and counting. Trying to make it here happen. They could take the 2-1 lead in the series and show off that hardpoint prowess, but now, with this time running away and going back onto P1, Rally will be here and be ready to fight. Can they find the kills necessary to lock this hill down? Absolutely, they can. 3 dead in the feed and ready to lock down P1.
Yeah, and this blockbuster, this P1 that we talked about, super difficult to break here. Rally Esports first in. Let's see if they can be the last one out right now as it's getting contested. Ooh. As I say that, though, Thrive absolutely just flushed Rally out of the site.
Flushes him down the drain, and now only 10 seconds left. Luge tries to make his way on in, finds the first one there on to Dello. Now Rally Esports able to make their way on into the hill, but Thrive still doing a couple of kills, still doing a couple of damage. Freaky, last one up here. He has to make the hero play. 8 seconds left. Is anyone from Rally Esports close enough? They'll have to break right through the windows. Hit it from the front side. 4 seconds left. Anyone from Rally not going to be able to touch, and Thrive takes map number 3. They're getting loud in the venue, and it's the 2-1 series lead for the boys in blue.
Another devastating hard point loss for Rally Esports here, and Thrive just kind of coming alive towards that late game, right? We talked about P5 and how they were able to finally get a foothold here, and once you get that P1, it can be really, really difficult to flush a team out. Rally Esports were on P1, they were at Blockbuster first, but Thrive doing a very good job. A couple other players coming alive towards the end here, and Rally Esports much closer of a hard point loss here, but unfortunately close doesn't cut it here, and Thrive 2-1 up, and now you've got to go right back to hard point, right, Matt?
Yeah, it's a struggle right now, especially with these back-to-back hard points, and especially, like I said, with Thrive showing off that hard point prowess, right? 250 to 171, 250 to 203. I mean, they've been close maps. Rally Esports hasn't necessarily been at a gunny disadvantage. It's really just been about the team play, right? Working as a team, hitting those angles together, working with your teammates to play off of their trades, working out those individual rotational gunfights. I mean, everything as far as fundamental hardpoint, it seems like Thrive just has a little bit of an edge, and now they have the edge in the series as well.
Yeah, I mean, I just really like how Thrive has been kind of playing some of these hard points, right? You look at like the way they're coming in, the way they're playing off each other's contact. I mean, it's really tough to kind of move this team out of a hard point as well, right? Rally Esports, a lot of the time when they got some of these points, they're either rotating super early or they're picking up kills in between, right? When they was actually getting challenged onto the points, back and forth, like you mentioned, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange. Well, on the Thrive side, once they had that point ready, dominating in the kill feed. Players like Icons, Ego, these kind of guys, very, very good.
No, absolutely. And you take a big 2-1 series lead. You have a little bit of a break right now off the reset, but you got to head right back into a hard point. And that's exactly what we're going to do as well. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. A quick, short break. And when we hop back in, could be the definitive map 4 that ends the series between Thrive and Rally Esports, or potentially what sends us to a map 5. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Game Arena Black Ops 6 launch tournament. My name is the Matt Man, alongside me, Mr. Shibby Cast. We are hopping right back into the action. Thrive versus Rally Esports here on the docket in our winners semifinals. The winner of this match gets a trip to the winners finals to most likely face RCs and CoD, with the Speedy White Men trying to make the comeback down 2-1 happen. And for the moment, though, Thrive has got that nice 2-1 lead. Talk to me about it, Shibby. It's been the hard points that have been kind of the mainstay for the boys in blue.
Yeah, like we mentioned, if you're a hard point favored team, if you guys are slightly better on that, this format favors you, as you have 2 back-to-back hard point maps as well as 3 hard points, kind of determining whether you can kind of take the series or not right now. And I think these matches have been a lot closer than the box score suggests, right? Like even that first hard point, Thrive was struggling a little bit in that mid game. If you look at Rewind as well, Rally Esports had a really solid control for a while here, and then Thrive kind of just rallied back at the end, as in that search and destroy map, a little bit of shenanigans were happening. We had like a double RC round. We had rounds where it was really, really fast paced, like ended in the first 10 seconds. Other rounds where it ended at like the last 20 seconds of the map. So I think both of these teams still kind of finding their way, figuring out how to navigate some of these maps here, but Matt, we're on Vorku, and some of the points on this map, point specifically, it is an absolute hellhole to hold, right? Even if you wipe everybody out, you can easily get that flipped on you in the matter of seconds.
Absolutely. It all comes down to this, at least for the side of Rally Esports. They've got to make it happen right here, down 2-1, to avoid going to that loser's bracket. Stuns and nades already out being thrown here. Stu tries to find the first shots there on Luge. Good for him, as well as Icons will pick up another trade off screen. So for the moment, Thrive taking control of this P1, finding the kills necessary in the kill feed, and starting to hit these rotations now around on towards this P2 side.
Yeah, this P1's absolute hellhole to hold, right? You've got that little bit of cover with that cog or that wheel, whatever you want to call it here, is Rally Esports picking up some kills on the outskirts. They're going to finally get some time here, but you can see how annoying it is to hold. Both of these guys only getting like, what, maybe max 10, 15 seconds on here?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen teams be able to hold this hill down well before, but we've also seen, it's like you said, being an absolute struggle to really get that full 60 off of. Rally Esports and Thrive kind of splitting it 15-6, nothing really able to write home about right now, but Stu, he's trying to work his way around through in the back lines as the pressure from the front from Thrive as well as will be hit. Rally Esports trying to deal with this, but Icons has just made his way up through the back, just sneaking his way on through, and finally his reinforcements come through as well.
Picking up that kill here as we see Thrive kind of funneling into this as Blue wipes the kill feed right now. Luge, though, picks up a crucial kill for themselves. Thrive have some control over this hard point, but it was definitely hard fought, bloody for sure.
Now working around the back for those rotational spawns, and now for the moment, Rally Esports trying to play off the back foot, trying to find the break on in. Stuns, nades, guns, everything being thrown right now at Thrive here in this warehouse hill, but still Dello with this gun really lighting it up right now, as well as the rest of his team starting to come through right now. Thrive showing the hard point prowess once again early on into this map number 4.
Yeah, Thrive right now, just kind of getting those rotations in as we get to this next hard point like you mentioned. Rally Esports, they don't really have a lot of time to give. Dello waiting a little bit, kind of delaying his push right now, waiting for his team. So we're going to see these teams starting to engage onto this P3. Rally Esports pick up 2 quick kills though.
4 kills for Rally Esports as now
Whoa!
Icons, little turn and burn there to able to find the kill. It will be Rally that is forced once again onto the back foot as Nate goes diving on into the hill. Still 37 seconds left to work with, but Freaky trying to get Freaky around from the outside. Able to find the big two-piece there. Finally gets traded out with the damage done as his teammates are able to find a couple of kills, but now have to deal with Stu, and you do. So Luge and Click able to find their way now up onto the hill as the rest of the Rally Esports starts to find a couple of kills and makes their way on as well.
Oh man, those jumping shots right from Freak, able to kind of break the hold from Thrive right now. Another one of these points, super difficult to hold because of how open it is. You've got like maybe one canister or one little like rectangle of cover there, and that's about it. The rest is an open gunfight right now as Nate is able to pick up 2 quick kills for himself as you get rotations onto that P4 right now, and Thrive already there.
Thrive set up. Rally Esports, you can see where they're spawning right now, kind of deep back out. This is one of those money hills on this map of mixiness that you can get. Rally Esports is going to have to find the break on in. Chris and Luge are going to be able to find 2 big kills, but Icon's able to trade one back out almost immediately. Stu with the AR playing from inside, able to find one, but no more than that, as it is just an absolute slobber fest here on this hill. But Stu and Icon's able to find the big kills necessary to open this thing up and give Thrive the opening control here. 25 seconds left to work with, but watch out, Grizz from the ladder, able to find one, not going to be able to find any more than that, and Thrive will do good enough to hold for now.
Yeah, they finally get like a long kind of hard point for themselves, right? Where they're able to get maybe 40, 50 seconds here for themselves right now. What does we get? Rotating next point here. Rally Esports, slowly but surely the game kind of slipping away right now. They've got to tighten up. They can't let Thrive go on one of these runs like they've done before.
Thrive already 2 men on the hill right now. Rally Esports trying to find these couple of kills. Click will be able to find the first. Now working around through the side, trying to find it. And it will be Thrive, though, that will be dropping down as Rally will just work their way through, finding every kill they need and working their way now onto the hill. 42 seconds still left in the back pocket to work with.
As we see Thrive kind of working their way in right now. 2 kills coming in. That's going to give them control of this point. Another one as well, and Thrive just so methodical, absolutely surgical, removing Rally Esports from this point.
Still 24 seconds left to work with as well, and now you see it. Rally Esports kind of spawning out flip spawns for both of these teams as we go on the flip side. Grizz, a couple of early shots in. Not going to be able to find anything, but Click will find the trade. But now it's a 2-for-2 that ensues on the hill, and Thrive will just continue to work their way through. Luge will have a little bit of the crossing, but he won't be able to necessarily get into the hill. 5 seconds left to get up off your plate, and Thrive will continue to just hold this lead.
Yeah, now we're going to go back to P1 here, the hell point, as I like to call it right now, because it is an absolute disaster to hold right now, as a couple kills getting traded back and forth here. But right now, 113 to 59. Thrive, they're making one of those runs again, Matt.
Make him one all game. I mean, they have just not allowed anything to go wrong until Rally Esports lights up the kill feed 4 in a row as a team. And now you can push Thrive back. You can start to kind of hold off of this P1. You've got the good side spawns going towards P2. You've got everything going in your way right now. You've just got to hold off this push from Thrive. But Icons already 2 kills to open things up. Now working his way on for another is Dello as well. Lighting it up, and Thrive, as easy as they lose it, they break right back in.
Dropping the hammer onto Rally Esports here, and we're going to start seeing Thrive kind of make their way towards this second point right now. I really like how they've been playing so far, playing off each other's contact, playing together, well knit here. Rally Esports, you see, they have the potential, flashes of brilliance on the thing right now, as we see the Rally Esports kind of lighting up the kill feed right now, and let's see if Thrive can kind of make one of those runs again that we're so accustomed to seeing.
Icons slide in. First chop. Gonna be good for that. Now trying to hold down the back, but it won't be good. Rally Esports starting to spawn over towards the backside, and now we'll have the initial spawns here for this hill. Get a couple of kills to go your way. The reinforcements, though, for Thrive's trying to come through, but we'll just be cut down at the seam. Freaky from the top, able to find 2 big kills. 35 seconds left still to work with here on this hill for Rally Esports, and you are locked in, clocked in, and ready to go. Stu, now from around the side, trying to kill him a little bit of a thorn in the side. Only contested him for now, as he can't really have any of his teammates to really come help him as of yet, and Freaky will send him to his demise as Rally Esports now starting to hit the comeback.
Yeah, really big time onto this point right now. They've had almost complete control so far, and you're going to see Thrive kind of making their way towards that P3 right now. Let's see if Rally Esports can kind of break this hold. Thrive's already there.
Couple of kills to go the way of Thrive as this new hill pops, and you mentioned trophies are in place, and Icons is locked into this hill. Got a lot of time to work with. Rally Esports Can you find an angle on in? As for the moment, it does not look like so, but Freaky trying to do work towards the back, but won't be able to do it. But hey, you hit the point with a couple of players here for Rally Esports. You find your way in, but it's all these top angles that are just being played by Thrive that are so hard to deal with. Grizz finds one kill to at least take him off the time for the moment, but Trophy Systems doing the work on the hill. And for the second, Thrive works their way on.
Oh! Yeah, and a nice wipe coming out from Thrive here. They have absolute control over here. That early rotation onto P3 gives them complete foothold, and Rally Esports cannot break it. A lot of time, a lot of points going in the favor of Thrive here.
The big problem is, though, you're looking over towards that new hill. There's gunfights starting to go down as Thrive is working their way now onto the new hill and doing what they do best, and it's that chain of hills together, snowballing, parlaying, however you'd like to call it. Now with Thrive in position, Rally Esports has to make the hold here on new.
Yeah, Rally Esports just bleeding away right now. It's 182 to 125 right now, and Thrive are just slowly but surely getting themselves closer to that victory. Hardpoint team as Dello absolutely being a menace on this point.
Nate, 31 and 22 right now, locking down this mid area of the map, just killing every single crosser that he sees. Click, trying to go on the hunt for him, might be able to find him, absolutely does, but while he's doing that, Nate has just wasted so much time for Rally Esports. They are still not anywhere near this hill. You finally get a couple of players to go towards it. You finally get some time, but 199 to 130. You're only going to get yourself to about that 150 mark. Still going to be down about 40 seconds.
Yeah, you might be able to get those last 20, 15 seconds at best here, but we already know what Thrive's going to do. They're going to park themselves at this next point, and they're going to force Rally to come to them here, and as long as Nate's playing the way he is, he's going to give a lot of time for his team right now, as we already see some engagements towards this next point.
Stuns out, guns out. Rally Esports here now on P1, but the gun chows from Icon start to come through. You try to work your way around here. If you're Nate into this bottom side, you will be able to find a very influential kill. Can Nate get the turn and burn as well? Luge has to find this gunfight, but now the reinforcements from Thrive have started to come through, and that time just ticking away on you. Rally Esports, you have to go and you have to find these kills.
Yeah, Rally Esports kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place right now as Thrive been able to break this, and they're going to pick up a lot of points here. Rally Esports can't find the kills right now. Click is just kind of poking and prodding. It's blown up by a nade.
A team kill as well spread around in there for Rally Esports is not going to help the cause. No one from Rally Esports is able to get close enough through this hill right now. Grizz finally finding some shots on him, but Thrive immediately replacing each other in the push-ups. 16 seconds left, so not enough time here for Thrive to completely win it outright, but they get very damn close.
Yeah, Thrive 227 at the moment right now. You're going to see all of them already heading towards this point right now, and this is the one. This is the deciding factor. Rally Esports, they got to play perfect Call of Duty right now. They can't really give too much more over to Thrive, or they're going to be out of this tournament, or not out of this tournament. They're going to be gone pretty soon, though. They're going to lose this set.
Click, shots in, you gotta go now. The slide chow in, finds the first. Now gonna have to back up, wait for the reinforcements to come on through, as the rest of Rally Esports will be able to find the trades necessary to hold down this hill. Click starting to make his way as well towards that new hill. Like you gotta play perfect CoD from here on out. Now on the 5 spree, Click just playing this gear heady and just trying to work around, but so at the moment it is still the reinforcements that are starting to come through here for Thrive now, working their way into the hill.
And 10 seconds here, Rally Esports, they've got to come in, they've got to come strong right now. Wait a second. They've gotten off the point just a little bit here. 5 more seconds pretty much, and Thrive are going to take this set right now. And I don't know, Rally Esports, they can't do anything right now.
Rally Esports does get their way onto the hill, but you got to deal with these reinforcements. Thrive making their way in. They only need 4 seconds. There's still enough time to win it here off this hill, but Freaky will shut that down, and it seems finally going to be able to take Freaky off the gear, but now you're going to have to work your way towards P2. Rally Esports is here, and they are ready to kick and fight. But like you said, it's only 4 seconds needed for Thrive.
Thrive right now, they just need a couple more seconds here and they take the set. Rally, they gotta hold these all for pretty much everything they've got right now. It's been very difficult. Thrive, one way or another, have been able to find their way in right now, but Rally Esports doing a very good job defending this point right now. Let's see if Thrive can get in.
Dello, shots, finds the first. Can he find the second? They don't need the time. Freaky only finds 2 kills. It's still enough time here for Thrive. They only need 2 seconds, but they won't be able to find it. Rally Esports holds for now, but you still have to deal with all of these Thrive players kind of lurking all around you. Icons is still here, looking to do a little bit of damage, trying to play the hero ball all by himself. Luge, you gotta be able to find the kill. And Rally Esports, for the moment, still holding, but you have to watch out. Dello, now from this mid area, not gonna be able to find anything there. And Thrive is just gonna have to back out, play for that new hill, but look at your mini-map.
Yeah, Rally Esports already kind of got one member here. Grizz has set up the trophy systems, but you see a flood of Thrive members coming into this point. They just need 2 seconds. They are foaming at the mouth for it.
At the mouth for it. Nate running around this side. No one gonna be there and close enough. And Thrive will walk away. 250 to 211. Push themselves on to the winners finals and sends Rally Esports packing to the losers.
And Thrive just playing really, really good hardpoint, map after map after map. If you're a hardpoint favorite team, if it's your favorite game mode, this is the format for you right now. These back-to-back hardpoint maps taking a toll on Rally Esports right now. Little dicey towards the end. It kind of maybe felt like Rally was coming back here, but just look at Nate. 43 and 35, 28 non-traded kills. This man was absolutely frying on map 4.
Yeah, and I mean, really, every time Thrive got on the hardpoint game mode, it was just a difference. And you could see it from the Rally Esports. Every single hardpoint they played just a little bit better, but never good enough to get the win. A dominant S&D showing in red card, but besides that, Thrive was just flexing the hardpoint muscle. 250 to 171, 250 to 203, 250 to 211, and they get it done. And it looks like we've got the interview here as well. Got Mr. Dello. We get into position here with the guy. Oh snap! Yeah, we got you. We got you the headset and everything, buddy. Is it 4? Go ahead, give me a little talk right there, bro.
Yo, yo, yo.
There it is. Hey, man, how we doing, brother?
Phenomenal. I know you've seen the maps.
Come on, son. Winners finals.
Hey, we knew it was free.
Hey, look, 3-1. The S&D got a little bit mixy there.
Okay,
obviously on red card, you know,
fucking hate that map.
It's a little mixy there on red card. But I mean, dude, talk to me about the hard point. You guys are looking flawless in the game.
Hard point, I already knew. Hey, yo, Lou just yapping the whole time. Hey, I can't wait to play you. What did I tell him? I said, Nate Terminator and Aiden Icons are gonna run your shit,
bro.
Right? They're not doing nothing. Nate Icons, they're doing their shit. They're going popping pieces. They love hitting those sub routes. They're getting crazy. Me and Stu just sit back, rip people off headies, get our rotations down. It's so hard for people to beat us on respawn. We haven't dropped a single respawn. Nobody's dropped. I think only one team has dropped over 200 on us.
Dude, and I mean, it was kind of insane to watch you guys. I mean, like we said, especially in the respawn game mode. But, I mean, talk to me a little bit about the team, right? Because, man, I've seen you play with a bunch of different guys over the years. Obviously, Dello, you know, you and Stu have kind of been that main duo. But, I mean, talk to me about the rest of this team. Obviously, you know, we had Conwa talking about Icons, it being kind of his first LAN scenario. I mean, the kid's going absolutely nuts right now. You got Nate the Great doing what he does best as well. I mean, talk to me about this 4-stack, man, because it seems like you guys have kind of hit something right here with this roster.
Honestly, we've been meshing ever since. I mean, as soon as we started teaming, like the little kids, bro, you know, they had vibes. They had vibes. We knew they came out. Once I heard them scream in that first map, I already knew. Like, this is over. This is our LAN, you know? Once we have a team that has so much confidence in their gunny and so much energy on every map, it's hard to beat us because we really don't stop. We're relentless when we're coming at you.
Absolutely, man. I mean, the only thing I got to say next, I mean, winners finals. Going up against the big dog, Mr. Arcides. I mean, how do you feel? I mean, it's kind of the matchup that I think every team has really wanted to get, right? SMW just gets sent down to the losers. So how are you guys feeling about going up against Team Acrylic?
We're feeling confident. Same thing as before. We're feeling super confident. We know that we're probably the only team at this LAN that can beat this team. Rupert and them played them, smoke show. SWM played them. I don't know how it went. I'm assuming it was a smoke show.
They only won the S&D, lost all 3 respawns.
I think we're the only team here that can show, and when we play them, we're going to show that we're here to compete, and we're not here to just take a second place.
Hey, well, bro, I'm excited to see it. Winners finals matchup, brother. Team Acrylic.
Nice talking to you, Matt.
Come on, dog.
2 times.
Hey, come on, dog. Appreciate it. Mr. Dello, the main man over there towards the side of Destro Gaming and towards the side right now of Thrive. I mean, hey, that's been my guy for a long time. I've known Dello since he's been competing almost since Vanguard. Great to see him out here on the LAN scene and now getting to challenge a guy like Arcides. It's just a matchup that every young player is just foaming at the mouth. But Shibby, first one of the day here on a championship Sunday. It goes the 4 maps. Doesn't quite get to that map 5 that we were hoping for. But Thrive, it's like you said, man, that respawn is just looking dangerous.
Like I said, point favorite team, and it looks like Thrive really kind of, I don't know, lack for again thrive in the hardpoint game mode here. And I just want to appreciate how confident the COD players are when you bring them in for the interviews. Right? I've come from a different game. It's a little bit different, a lot more cordial, I guess, with the interviews. I just love how chirpy you COD guys are, and it's always fun to see. And the fact that he has the confidence to be like, yeah, I think we're the only team that can take out a guy like Arcides, right? A legendary player in his own right in the COD scene. Even I know who he is. That's just kind of the confidence that you need to take some of these games here. And I'm excited to watch that matchup. I'm excited to put. I think we're going to cast that, right? Obviously.
Yes, sir. It should be after this losers quarters matchup that we'll be doing next. But Dello, fiery interview out of the kid there. We're going to send it to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hop in with some losers quarters finals action. Go get some water. Go get some snacks. Don't go anywhere.